I'll set it here to the side and get me a pair of pliers and hold that butt connector with them pliers, and then my solder, which you can use any silver solder, electronic solder and stuff that you want to do, and I'll put that connector here in front of the torch, and we'll get it hot. And I try to fill that connector full of solder till it comes to the top. And I know I got a full thing of solder there. Now here's the ticket. Don't just cram your wires. Let me turn the camera here a little bit. Don't just cram your cold wires down into your hot solder. And you got to keep this hot. Heat this wire up a little bit. Put your torch on your wire. Get it hot. You might melt your insulation there but get that copper hot. Why do you do that? Well, that copper being hot, when I stick it down in this hot solder, it's going to suck up there in those strands. And got to hold this for a minute because this is hot. I mean, this will make you scream for you ex-wife hot, and there ain't no way we're doing that, right? But don't go twisting it around too much till you know that it's took a hold and starting to cool off a little bit. And you're going to have a lug fixture. I get distracted trying to get this little old ball off here, little solder ball. But we've got a solid connection to that lug. And we're going to turn over here and we're going to do the same thing. For the other one. And the thing I like about these lugs here, if you change trolling motors, or whatever you got them on, your winch or whatever you're using, and it goes out, just put your torch on it, heat it up a little bit, take your lugs right off. They're reusable. We'll fill that thing full of solder. Reusable, you don't have to buy no more. With a crimp connection, what you got to take your cutters, cut those things off. We'll heat our wire up here a little bit. And that's the ticket to getting a good connection on these solder fittings, is getting both of them hot. And we'll dip that down in there and let that cool off for a second. And it don't take long. Unless you don't want to burn your fingers, you don't want to grab a hold of it. And don't go to pulling on it and jerking on it. Just let that thing cool off. Drop a little solder down in the carpet. That'd be alright. It's cheap carpet. I'm cheap, and I ain't afraid to tell nobody. I try to save money all I can, and ain't none of my fishing rods matching, ain't none of my reels matching. I'm cheap, but just enjoying what I do. Now, on these, once you get your lugs on, they still a little hot, but they cooling off there. It don't take long. If you look at your thing here, it's pretty self-explanatory. They have a positive and a negative. We'll take our negative, and there's a locking clip inside those. This is what I love. I love these connectors. This goes in from the back. Locks in. That will not come out. Will not, I promise you. And this is not your connection. This is just what locks it in your connector. Locked in. Now you have a solid Look at those contact points. A solid, very solid point of contact. You have the same thing on your other plug, and simply good to go, plugged in. You heard it beep, and making contact. Like I said, I've checked these connectors. You will have no loss of draw through this type of connector. And I don't have no links, but once again, that's a 50 amp connector. I'd pull, 36 volts through that, no problem. And there's your part number or whatever to look up. Highly recommend that. I'm making your trolling motor connection or any connection. Like I said, I got the big boat out there, and it's got a power winch on the front of it. I use them for anything, everything. So, hey, I hope I've been a little bit of a help today, and made a little video for you. And got any questions, leave it down in the comments. Anything I can do different, which I've got a lot to learn. There's going to be a lot to do different. And there'll be more videos to come. We're TN Catfish Couple, and there's going to be some fishing stuff, and we're going to be out fishing, but stuff like this I want to show you too. Stuff that'll help you. This will save you some problems out on the water. You don't want your stuff to get fried, melted when you're out there trying to fish. You want to fish, and that's what we want you to do. Get out there and catch some big ones. So until next time, we'll see you out on the water.